Premier League champions, of course, to go within 2 points of those Champions League places after Chelsea have already lost this weekend. That 5-2 defeat earlier today at Stamford Bridge to West Brom. Reminder of the teams. Arsenal have Slavia Prague, quarter-final of Europa League coming up, so no Smith Rowe, no Saka today. Xhaka is unwell as well. Chambers and Holding into the back four. Pepe, Lacazette and Aubameyang writing up front.
I think there's a massive impetus for Pepe, Aubameyang, to try and make sure that they create, because missing Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe is a lack of creativity, so hopefully they will step up today.
Liverpool welcome back Roberto Firmino, who's been out for 3 games. The internationals do play a part in Jurgen Klopp's selection, with Wijnaldum and Jota amongst the substitutes. James Milner is in to captain the team, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, hasn't had the problem of internationals having been left out of the England squad, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit I thought Jota would play today, because he's back fit, and so he's had a break. He's then gone on to international level, scored a few goals, so he's top of the tree in terms of confidence. But great to have Firmino back, and Jota's going to get rested on the bench, but I'm sure we'll see him at some point. But apart from that, it's a good, solid team from Liverpool, and this is a big game for them.
And what's the key for Liverpool here to win away at Arsenal?
Well, I think you need to be able to keep those front three quiet. I can't ever see Liverpool playing a game and not scoring, really. I mean, with the talent that they've got up front, I know their goal-scoring record hasn't been what it was or what it has been in recent seasons this year. But with that front three, it's only a matter of time.
Let's sit back, see how it unfolds, all of it in the company of Andy Townsend and Ian Darke.
Stuart Atwell doing his last-minute checks. Liverpool hoping that they are at last pulling out of their alarming 2021 nosedive. Arsenal unbeaten in their last 4 Premier League games, and maybe believing that they can still get into the top 4 argument, as the players take to send out the message that racism cannot be tolerated. And Liverpool, in their change outfit, get us underway and give an early touch to Nat Phillips, who's starting to get a bit of a run going in that troubled Liverpool defence, which has been beset by so many injuries this season. That's Gabriel knocking it out to Aubameyang, and then Tierney, who's been in fantastic form lately for club and country. Never know what you're going to get from Arsenal. Last time out, 3-0 down to West Ham, pulled it round to 3-3.
Showed great character, didn't they, in the end, but were a bit of a mess early on in that particular match. And as you say, Liverpool, there's been signs recently of a bit of a renaissance. This is a big game tonight. This is a really important game, because obviously with what happened at Stamford Bridge earlier today, Jurgen Klopp must have been licking his lips as he turned into the Emirates Stadium, because it's a chance now. All of a sudden, still got plenty of teams in front of them, still got a lot to do, but there's just a glimmer now for one of those top 4 positions.
Liverpool are in 7th place at the moment. They are 5 points behind Chelsea, who are in 4th, and as Andy was saying, things have been rather blown open by Chelsea's 5-2 amazing home defeat earlier on to West Bromwich Albion. Few others in the shake-up as well, of course. Going to be interesting.
It is. There's lots to play for, so when you're out there on the grass, you've got to make it count, and certainly Liverpool will come here now, and that result earlier will have just given them an added incentive if they needed one.
And Liverpool have won their last 2 games against Leipzig in Europe and Wolves away, when Diogo Jota scored the winner against his old club. We thought he'd be in the starting lineup tonight. He isn't, maybe because he's been busy with Portugal. Here's Alexander-Arnold towards Milner, never found its target though. And Robertson can bring it forward here for Liverpool. Here's Nicola Pepe getting a chance tonight with Bukayo Saka injured. Smith Rowe too.
Yeah, that's a disappointment for Mikel Arteta, because those two young lads have been exceptional. But, as you say, opportunities all round for others. This man, Ødegaard, another chance to see him operating in that little free position in behind that exciting Arsenal front line.
Pepe to Ødegaard, who's on loan from Real Madrid. There is talk that maybe the deal could become permanent. We'll see in the summer. If he carries on pulling the strings like he did in one or two of the recent games, that interest will grow.
In that position, you've got to make things happen. You've got to be the difference. You've got to change a game. You might not be playing great, but all of a sudden someone in that position pick the ball up on the half turn, do something special, find a teammate in a good position, and you can score a goal. You can conjure something up out of nothing. So that's what Mikel Arteta will no doubt be hoping from Ødegaard this evening.
Arteta's team are still recovering, really, from what was their worst start in nearly half a century this year. They finished 8th last season. That was their worst for 25 years. I want to see some improvement on that, but they are 9th at the moment as Sadio Mane gets the wrong side of Rob Holding here. Tries to feed Firmino, who just lost track of the ball at a key moment.
What a great turn. And that's just a little warning there for Rob Holding. You get too tight to Sadio Mane and he'll give him a chance to turn. He's gone, not coming back. I'm just surprised that Mane actually didn't step inside onto his right foot and hit that himself. Unselfishly tried to find Firmino. Brilliant turn initially. And maybe that avenue might have just been blocked off by Callum Chambers, I'm not sure, but he was running at genuine pace. I thought he might have kept going just to see if he could get a shot away himself.
A slightly worrying stat for Arsenal is no clean sheets in the last 12 matches. Holding getting it away. He hasn't been featuring much lately. Brought in tonight because of injuries. This is Fabinho. Thiago says, let me have it. Kabak. Slightly surprising signing. Coming from Schalke, who are bottom of the Bundesliga. But he's beginning to settle.
Yeah. No, it's not been easy. He's come into a backline that's been so disrupted. But I do think it's the right way forward. I think Jurgen Klopp may regret having not done this a while back. Trust those younger players. That's the best way you're going to find out about them. In the end, he patched it up with midfield players, and then they lost a bit of impetus in the middle of the park. So it's a big opportunity for the likes of Phillips and Kabak to really show now what they're about, form a little understanding and get a good relationship going on that field.
Be interesting to see who plays against Real Madrid coming up in midweek for Liverpool. Here's Thomas Partey. He's had his injury problem since arriving at Arsenal and gives the ball away there.
Hard pass, everybody.
Liverpool have taken 13 points out of 39 since the turn of the year. That's all. And around this time in the game, tributes, and you might hear one or two chants about David Rocky Rocastle, who sadly left us 20 years ago this week. A charming, revered and much loved character in football.
He certainly was. Wonderful player as well, Rocky. Had the privilege and the misfortune of playing against him because he was an outstanding talent. He really was. As you say, sadly missed for what now has been far too long.
And the tribute coming in the 7th minute, because that was his number 7. And nice touch before the kickoff. All the Arsenal players came out to warm up wearing the number 7 on their training gear. Don't think he ever had to play in an empty stadium. Hopefully for not too much longer. Away by Gabriel. And Kabak back to goalkeeper Allison, who's trying to put behind him an uncharacteristic bad spell, particularly in that game against Manchester City. And of course he had a family tragedy as well. It's not been an easy time for the Brazilian.
Liverpool got plenty in midfield and up front, Ian. That's what they've got to focus on. They've got players with great understanding and tactical awareness like Thiago, like Fabinho. And they've got that explosive talent in the final third that Sadio Mane gave us just a little glimpse of a few moments ago.
Alexander-Arnold spreading the play, trying to pick up Andy Robertson, but it's out of play. Jurgen Klopp admitted recently that the level of belief among his players isn't what it was. Right. And that's understandable, isn't it?
It's absolutely understandable. You lose matches, no matter what you've been doing, and this Liverpool team had been as consistent as anything anywhere. But you keep losing, and going through that little spell they did where they lost all those games at Anfield and culminating in that defeat against Fulham at home. It was bizarre, really, what was happening. So it does knock the stuffing out of you a little bit. Confidence gets dented and belief goes a wee bit. You've got to claw your way back from that.
Been doing better away from home, Andy. They've won 4 of their last 5 on their travels. Has been an amazing implosion, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think anybody could genuinely have seen that coming, even when they had that incredible result against Aston Villa at Villa Park, conceding 7. I still didn't believe that they would drop off the pace as much as they have, but there's a chance for them. As I said, that Chelsea result earlier today gives them an awful lot to play for here. They've started reasonably brightly in possession. And it's Liverpool's back 4 that's been up on the halfway line more than the home teams.
I wonder whether that result at Stamford Bridge did alter the selection in any way today. Liverpool maybe just taking a slightly different view of things. Maybe not.
I think that would be a risky, and I think for a manager just to chop and change his mind. It was always going to be an important fixture for him, this one, anyway.
Here's Holding. 2 FA Cup final medals since he arrived from Bolton Wanderers. Alexander-Arnold cuts this out. Here's Salah. Whatever Liverpool's problems, he's kept on scoring this season, 25. Fabinho. Now Thiago. It's Thiago again. Firmino getting the cross, and it never did reach Sadio Mane. He was waiting there. Milner trying his luck with the volley.
Why not? On his right foot there, James Milner. The header was more up than out, wasn't it, in the end? It just drops down for him invitingly. Always nice to try and hit them in that sort of fashion. You catch them right, they really fly. That one, he's just pulled it a little bit there.
Making his 559th Premier League appearance, number 5 all-time on that list of Premier League players. He's been in this league since he was 16 years old. Well, Aubameyang was waiting and hoping for that one. Still might be something for Arsenal. Tierney to play it inside. There's Firmino, who's missed the last 3 games with an injury, back for this one. Partey was strong. Now Ceballos, in and out of the team, Ceballos this year. Got 2 players out there on loan from Real Madrid, haven't they? In that midfield.
Yep.
Lacazette trying to help it onto his mate Aubameyang. Now then, Salah on the chase here. Thiago. Robertson. Not his usual standard of cross.
No, didn't get beyond Pepe there, did he? Andy Robertson. Such a consistent fullback and is always so willing, and it's been a bright start on the other side for someone whose own form has been called into question a little bit recently. But these two guys, when they're at their best, as good as anything.
Were you surprised by Trent Alexander-Arnold being left out of the latest England squad?
Yeah, I would say being not necessarily not starting, Ian, but certainly being left out. Yeah, I was. I think he's an exceptional player, I really do.
Jurgen Klopp expressed surprise as well as Milner plays this forward. Firmino to cut this one back, and here is Alexander-Arnold arriving. Would be a story if he popped up with a goal. Instead it's Fabinho from a long way out. He doesn't get many.
Lucky. More positive, aren't they, so far, Liverpool? Arsenal a little hesitant at times. Good work from Firmino, cutting that back, right decision. It comes towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, doesn't quite get there, and in the end Fabinho just takes a touch, get it out of his feet, and has a go from distance, and that's certainly got Bernd Leno just jumping to his right-hand side.
Hasn't scored since June, tail end of last season, of course. Milner's pass was cut out. Good pressure on the ball by Arsenal, but Liverpool have got it back again. Free kick goes Liverpool's way. It's Thiago. It's not used to being as low as 7th in the table. He's won titles in 9 of the last 10 years. Barcelona, Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Gets used to it. Pepe inside. Here's Ødegaard. Now Partey. Good football this from Arsenal. Aubameyang to lay it inside towards Lacazette, who has been in pretty good form lately.
Yeah, he has been in good form, Alexandre Lacazette. Certainly that finisher in the game against West Ham. The header was a really powerful one.
Neither side really established what you'd call control of this yet.
I think Liverpool have been marginally better, not a lot. Neither goalkeeper really had anything to do, particularly Alisson.
It's almost a must-win, this, isn't it, for Arsenal, if they do want to retain any outside chance even of making the top 4.
I think it's speculative now for Arsenal at best.
Yeah, they're 9 points off it.
Correct. Should they win this one, it will just give them a bit of momentum, some confidence going into the remaining fixtures. It's Liverpool, the team that I think genuinely, if they win this one, then they're eyes might light up a little bit at the prospect of the remaining matches, and can they garner enough points over that period? I think they could.
Yeah, their fixtures left aren't too unkind. It does include a trip to Manchester United, but other fixtures they might see as well, how can I put it, manageable.
Yeah.
Cleverly played that by Thiago, just letting the ball run. Now Andy Robertson, captain of Scotland, who will be playing England at the European Championships. You might hear a little bit about that, I think. Just a bit. Here's Milner. Thiago again. He looks like he might be in the mood to have one of those games where he gets on the ball and dominates proceedings. You've seen that once or twice in his pretty distinguished career.
Yeah, particularly if Liverpool get in front, then he's an outstanding player to have out there, because he just keeps things ticking over so well.
You described the recent run, Thiago, as beyond our worst nightmares.
Yeah.
Graphic.
I can imagine, because the way they've been playing over the last few years, it's just been chalk and cheese. It's just been such a stark contrast to the Liverpool that we've really come to admire.
Yep, they were top at Christmas. Trent Alexander-Arnold trying that reverse ball to try and pick up Mo Salah's run, but Arsenal have read that one. Firmino trying to get Mane in, but Callum Chambers has come into the side. He did very well in the game at West Ham, the 3-3 draw, and was involved a lot raiding down the right-hand side. He's kept his place tonight. It's only his third Premier League appearance of the season, though, after his nasty cruciate injury, which kept him out for a long, long time. Here's Kabak. Phillips to Firmino, trying to spin this in behind. Salah kept it alive. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gabriel, can he stop that going for the corner? Doesn't look like it.
No, it's Liverpool that are probing and asking more of the questions. Coming up to the 20-minute mark.
Taking it very quickly. Seen that before, and just as well Holding was there to get it away, because Arsenal were just slightly caught napping by that. One of those quick ones. Remember that Barcelona game?
Yeah.
The ultimate one, wasn't it? Trent Alexander-Arnold for Divock Origi. Alexander-Arnold to take it. Lacazette to get it away. Milner to pick it up. Alexander-Arnold again. I wonder if Alexander-Arnold has had a conversation, he probably has, with Gareth Southgate about what he needs to do to change the situation. Here we are 3 months out, well, less than that, till the squad's selected.
Yeah, look, it's one position where England are blessed with so many fine talents. They really are. But I don't think any of them have delivery like that, young man. I don't think they do at all.
I think the concern's about more about what he's like defensively, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah,
that's often the case. And if what we saw recently, England playing a back four, anything to go by, then
hooked away. Arsenal quite resilient back there. They've needed to keep their wits about them. Is Ceballos. Struggling to provide much threat themselves so far, though. Arsenal
can't really get the ball and hang on to it for long enough at the moment to start to command any real position in this game. It's been all Liverpool. When Liverpool have lost it, there's an appetite to get it back. We recognise that. We know they can do that. What Liverpool have to try and do now is get Mo Salah, Mane, Firmino in those positions where they can combine to start working Bernd Leno a little more. But certainly the visitors have the lion's share of possession. They're in the stronger areas on the field.
Terrific ball from Milner. Picked out Trent Alexander-Arnold. He cuts it back. Here's Salah. Tierney to hack it gratefully away. Arsenal on the back foot, though, at the moment. Lacazette claims a blow to the head from Nat Phillips. So Stuart Atwell has some kind of decision to make here. Let's have a look again.
Certainly there's an arm, a flailing arm that goes across Lacazette's face. I think Nat Phillips there is just trying to actually get his arm around the Arsenal man to get after the ball and retain possession of the ball. Might have caught him. no intent at all.
Obviously, the VAR will look at it. There's blood by the look of it there. Looks like it might need one of the old boxing cut men, doesn't it, that one?
I do, yeah. No, I think Lacazette has recognised. He's taken the apology there from the Liverpool players. He just might have to get that seen to, I think, before we restart.
Yeah, I wondered if Stuart Atwell was going to do that. Yeah, Lacazette's going to have that mopped up for obvious health reasons. Well, he won't be completely happy with this, I think, so far, Mikel Arteta. His defence have been watchful and on red alert so far, but not too much threat from his team.
No real control, have they, as I mentioned, with the ball, unless they're getting Partey and Ceballos and Odegaard involved, then the rest of the team suffers a little bit, and so far Liverpool have been dominant in midfield.
Salah back to Thiago. Robertson had to work, and he did that job very well indeed. Mane, too many red and white shirts around him, and it's Pepe who races away with the ball but loses it.
Look how quick Liverpool are to get it back. It was a stunning cross just moments ago from Andy Robertson to keep that in from that clever Thiago pass. Sent him right to the byline, stretching. He kept it in ever so well.
Lacazette is repaired and back on duty. But it's more defending Arsenal need to do here. Here's Salah. Firmino looking for those clever little movements that became so familiar in Liverpool's excellent season last year when they so memorably won the title. A title they've still been unable to celebrate with their fans.
There's Diogo Jota there, who's been so good since his arrival, really, at Liverpool. Just had it recently disrupted, of course, with injury that kept him out for a bit, just when he really got going. But good to see him back in good form and good mood in the international fixtures, and Jurgen Klopp will be hoping that he'll bring that to the table when he plays him. Who knows, could well be here this evening.
Be a bit of a surprise if we didn't see him, I think. If we don't see him, it will mean, I think, that things have gone very well for Liverpool. He scored 3 goals for Portugal during the international break, part of a huge array of talent that the defending champions will have at the European Championships. Looked a tight one, but found its target. Phillips to chip it clear. It's nice football again from Liverpool with Thiago at its heart, and here's Robertson trying to measure one for Salah. Good battle that. Salah against Tierney over there.
Brilliant.
Alexander-Arnold to lay it back, Milner to lay it in, and Mane with the header, which was comfortable enough for Ben Leno.
Good football that from Liverpool. And again, excellent chasing and working from Mo Salah, reverses that one. And I'm not sure if this one actually comes off Sadio Mane's shoulder a bit. Doesn't quite get the power. Not easy to generate tons of power in that one, by the way, but Arsenal struggling to get out at the moment. Liverpool swarming all over them.
This time, Fabinho. Salah's lovely little first-time flick towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Arsenal are needing to really have their wits about them back there, and they could have done without Aubameyang giving the ball away there. It's a problem. Gabriel is the latest to clear it. Alexander-Arnold tried a left-footed volley. Lacazette, good work from him. Can't get Odegaard into the game, can they?
Just can't get the ball to him. Lacazette doing really well, and then in the end the pass is intercepted. It's been an impressive start from Liverpool. What would cap it for them now would be a little bit more end product. It was right up to the edge of that Arsenal 18-yard box. They're being very good.
Liverpool did win the reverse fixture very early in the season, 3-1 at Anfield. That was after Arsenal had claimed a couple of penalty shootout wins, one in the Community Shield, one in the League Cup.
He'll be wondering, Ian, the manager at the moment, what more he can do to try and potentially affect this. Maybe a message or two to some of his players. He hasn't seen a lot of the ball, has he, Aubameyang, off that left side so far? He's got to try and stop Trent Alexander-Arnold a little bit, who's just got plenty of room to keep piling forward. Nobody wants to see Aubameyang back on top of Kieran Tierney, but he's got to do maybe a little bit more during this period where Arsenal are second best. See it out, weather the storm a bit, then he can start thinking about doing it, strutting his stuff in the forward positions.
That's flicked on into the path of Mane, who takes some catching. Salah was just behind him. It wouldn't fall for Firmino, and Gabriel is very grateful to get that away, because it did look like Liverpool were in.
Just amazed. I'm amazed Sadio Mane just went for that pass and didn't keep going. I mean, look, it's really unselfish work from him, but Rob Holding's not catching him. There's no way he's going to recover there, and I think he just keeps going on his own, and eventually he'll have a one-on-one with a goalie.
Mane hasn't scored in the last 8 Premier League games since he got one against Tottenham at the end of January. Did get a couple in the Champions League tie, home and away, against Leipzig. It's Firmino. Mane working in tight spaces, as he usually does so adeptly, not that time. Good pressure on the ball again. They won it back. Robertson and Firmino just opening up for Firmino, and he was always swerving away.
Great football. It's classic Liverpool, the way Arsenal had the ball, then just immediately Liverpool have won it back, and Firmino, clever little drag back there to tee himself up, and the shot just unfortunately doesn't come back at all towards that far post. But totally dominant right now, Liverpool. Strongest period of the match for them, the last 10 minutes. That little flicked header to Partey. Keep going, just keep going. And I think then Rob Holding's going to have a big decision to make. It's unselfish trying to find his mate across the 18-yard line, but in the end Gabriel actually misses it and kind of just puts Mo Salah off in doing so.
They've been stretched back there, Arsenal, but they've managed to keep Liverpool out so far. Hint of a smile from Jurgen Klopp. We haven't seen too many of those in the last few weeks.
We haven't, you're right. I think he knows that his team have started well. They've bossed it, and they've played with a bit of authority, haven't they? I think those attempts here, look, they say it all here.
Yeah, Liverpool bossing in that department. What could Mikel Arteta do maybe at half-time, if it's still level then, to just tilt the balance a little bit? Well, this is a bit more like the Liverpool we were watching most of last season, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Dominant. 99 points. There's Kieran Tierney. Liverpool are 36 points worse off at this stage than they were at this stage last season. 36 points.
It's incredible. It really is.
I think the players can believe it as well.
Yeah.
Let alone the manager or the fans. But that's the reality. That's football. It's what keeps us talking, makes the world go round.
Yep. Take your eye off things for a split second and it can get away from you. That's just what's happened. Yes, of course, combines with some serious injuries and been very unlucky in that respect, but can't use that as an excuse. You've got to cope.
Even Jordan Henderson's been out quite a while now, hasn't he, as well? Good ball from Tierney. Aubameyang trying to dig one out. Pepe with the header, and at least it's an effort on goal from Arsenal.
Great run from Aubameyang on that left side. Watch him, he shapes the ball, then he goes. Might have been offside anyway. I think had something more have come of it, but that's when Trent Alexander-Arnold can be vulnerable to that blatant pace, and when there's no pressure on the ball, he's trying to hold a high line. Liverpool like to do that. He's got to be a little bit careful.
And Pepe, who had that effort, has got 3 goals in his last 6 starts. Had a terrific game when Arsenal won at Leicester. Here's Salah. Mane's on the move. Holding is there to cut it out. Yeah, Pepe was caught there. Referee spotting that very quickly and gives the free kick.
You know, sometimes you just have to weather a storm. You just have to hang in there. You've got to see it out. And you can't always look to the coach for big tactical changes during the match. As players, you've got to just keep encouraging each other, stay compact, and hang in there. And at times, Arsenal had to do a little bit of that in this first period. And hopefully, they'll feel they can come out of that and then maybe start to get further up the field. See Kieran Tierney in a higher position. We've hardly seen him over the halfway line. He's normally so prominent.
Alexander-Arnold to cut it back, and Milner! Head in hands from him. He feels he should have put that in.
Yeah. Well, he should certainly hit the target. Goalkeeper should certainly be making a save there, having to make a save. But Arsenal again trying to play in areas, give it away. Lovely cutback. That's got to hit the target, that. He's obviously going for the corner. He's really trying to shape that into that corner, but it's well